Wonderful. How beautiful was that? LA Parent Magazine. دوستان به برنامه مادر و کودک خوش آمدید. MomTalk LA. امروز روز بسیار خوبی هستش. خوشحالم خیلی برای اینکه مدیر مجله LA Parent Magazine در کنار من هستش و قراره که ساعتی رو خودمونی گپ بزنیم و درباره این مجله بسیار موفق و سازنده برای کامیونیتی ما اینجا در لس آنجلس و در اصل خیلی از شما که میتونین الان از طریق اینترنت و از طریق آنلاین با مطالب این مجله تماس داشته باشین. میخوایم بحث بکنیم، صحبت بکنیم. خوش آمدید به برنامه پرباری هستش. My dear guest today, Mrs. ElenaForoutan. It's an honor to have you here. خیلی خوش آمدید به برنامه مادر و کودک و LA Parent Magazine از اون مجله‌ای هستش که من یادم موقعی که مادر شده بودم شوق داشتم که برم و این مگزین رو بردارم و شروع بکنم خوندن آرتیکلایی که توش هست، مطالب مفید و سازنده‌ای که توش هست و اینکه بدونم که چه خبره در شهر لس آنجلس برای ما مادر و پدرها و بچه هامون چه میگذره. شما الان از سال 2002 هستش 2012 هستش که این مجله رو مدیریتش رو به دست گرفتین و به اصطلاح مطالبش رو منیج میکنین. به ما بگین که در کجای به اصطلاح این مسیر شما تصمیم گرفتین که LA Parent Magazine مجله‌ای بود که you want to get on and be active and direct it.
Oh, thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you.
LA Parent, my husband, I have to tell you a fun story because my husband and I met in journalism school, and we were both journalists, and we followed our passion into newspaper reporting and magazines. So after college, we got married. My husband went into magazine publishing. Well, we were first reporters. He was at the Daily News. I was at the LA Times. Then we changed careers a little bit. He went into magazine publishing and management, worked for a big company overseeing several publications. And I went into marketing and communications. And I got very interested in pediatric health. So I did a lot of work with Children's Hospital LA, UCLA Health, and I was really writing about what was happening in pediatric health. And I had my own two girls who are now 20 and 18. And so while I was, an active mom, I was also a freelancer and I was writing and continuing that work. And in 2012, we heard that LA Parent was for sale and changing management. And my husband came home and he's like, "Didn't you used to read that magazine?" I said, "I love that magazine." It really was my go-to source. Every time there was a birthday party, I wanted to, what should we get? What entertainment should we get? Or fun things to do. We would go to museum openings and Hollywood Bowl.
That's right.
With the girls. I mean, that was my Bible. I'm like, let's see what we're going to do this weekend. So we're like, I love that magazine. And the opportunity for my husband and I to work together again and to have a voice in the parenting community. For us, being parents is truly the greatest joy, the greatest blessing in our lives. We never take that for granted. There's nothing we could possibly do that takes the place of being mom and dad. So for us to have the opportunity to take that love of family and have a bigger voice and have an impact in Los Angeles through this magazine was an opportunity we couldn't resist. And it's almost 4 years, and we are blessed every day, love our jobs, and love bringing this magazine to the community and bringing the information to parents in our own community. LA Parent is very LA based. So everybody we interview lives in LA. The programs are all about LA. So it's really a tool for parents like you to go out there and have fun with your kids, but also be inspired. If there's an author we write about or a psychologist we interview on how you can be a better parent. And that's really our goal with every issue.
Fantastic. So for those viewers who are watching now who don't live in Los Angeles, they have access online.
Absolutely.
So they can go to LAparent.com, read up on all the articles, get ideas. میدونم خیلی از شما که در ایران هستین، من چند تا از مادران جوون که با از طریق ایمیل با هم در تماس هستن، میدونم که فن بزرگ LA Parent Magazine هستن و ایده های بسیاری میگیرن و اونجا در ایران they use some of these ideas. That's so cool. So here you are in Los Angeles, and your light is literally shining through the world.
Oh, thank you.
And so for those of you who are watching from Europe, from Canada, from Iran, the Middle East, we encourage you to please go on the website and check it out, and you can subscribe and be in touch, and you can, if you like to submit articles perhaps, if you're an expert and you like to have your voice broadcasted or printed in the magazine, this is a good resource. Tell us about, I know you have a special event coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
Tell us about the special event and how you're starting this new guest lecture series, I guess, of experts, and raising awareness regarding early childhood development, conscious parenting, and going really to the root of the matter.
We're very excited for tomorrow's event. It's our first speakers event that we're launching. We had been talking about, our whole team has been thinking and talking about this. What happens is that journalists, we interview so many experts. And a lot of times I'm sitting across from someone and I'm like, wow, they're amazing. I'm moved by what they're saying, or they wrote a book and I'm reading the book and I'm like, this is incredible. And one of the greatest joys of being a journalist is I get to call up the author or this expert and go have lunch with them or her and have a conversation. And that's my favorite part of being a journalist. And I walk away from these meetings wanting to broadcast what they told me to the whole world. And so we write about them, we interview them, they're in the magazine, and we thought, what's the next step? The next step is really, let's bring the experts directly to our readers. And so the speakers event is just that. We picked 3 experts who we had interviewed for different stories, so we really hand-selected them. And each one is an expert in their area. Dr. Pat Levitt is a CHLA physician. He's an expert in early childhood brain development. And Roma, who I love, who wrote The Perfect Parent, she's an author and a parent coach. And it's all about being a mindful parent. And her focus is how, as parents, we can be truly the best parents we can in the moment with our children, understanding their feelings and understanding how we react, and maybe change some of our reactions to our children. And Dawn, who is the head of LA Up programming, she's an expert in preschool and how to pick the right preschool, because what happens, your child, you have this wonderful home life and then you send them to preschool at age 3, you should pick the right place that continues that nurturing and continues what your values are. So these 3 experts are coming tomorrow to the City of Beverly Hills Library, and it's a free event, and we're inviting our readers, all the viewers out there. Please come. It's absolutely free. We wanted to make sure this is accessible, and it's in the auditorium of the Beverly Hills Library, and it's a conversation. Our editor will moderate the event, and it's really a conversation between these 3 great thinkers and experts about how important those first 3 years of life are, because they truly are. Brain connections are developed during those early years. When we sing to our little baby, when we look them in the eye, when we read those books, you are making a huge difference in their lives. So you don't have to have a PhD in child development. You just have to be aware that when you're talking to your child, put the phone away. They need to see your face. They need to see your interaction. They need to see and feel that you're 100% focused on them. So those are the types of topics and conversations that we're covering for tomorrow.
So tomorrow, if you live in Los Angeles or the greater LA area, you can go to the Beverly Hills Library at the auditorium. There's this wonderful guest lecture series that is being presented to you by the LA Parent Magazine, and it's free. And you get to go home with tools and skills that will help you become more of a mindful parent, a conscious parent, and a parent who's bringing more happiness and peace into your children and your family's life. So what a wonderful way to start school. This is great. This is a great kickoff, and I love that you've taken this to the next level, that you're actually bringing these speakers face to face to the community.
Yeah,
this is fabulous. This is great.
We're excited. We're excited
exciting.
Because, like I said, we've met all three, we've interviewed all three, we've written about all three, and we walked away from every interview thinking, wow, they're incredible. Their information, their knowledge is so amazing. Every parent should have access to this information. So this is our way of, bringing that information directly in a very intimate setting where you can ask them questions, and this is a great opportunity for families to really walk away. Our goal is you walk away tomorrow night with at least one thing that you can do starting right that moment in your own home.
Fantastic. And what time is it?
It's from 7 to 8.
7 to 8. That's a good time.
Yeah.
That's a good time because the kids are hopefully, ready for bedtime. And if you can even come by yourself, if, both parents are not available, if you can have mom or dad stay with kids and just you come over. Do they need to RSVP for this event?
It would be great because our seating is limited.
Yeah.
So if you go on LAparent.com, there's a place you can register so we can make sure that we have a spot for you.
Yeah, make sure you RSVP because just like some of the schools who host these lecture series, sometimes you run out of space.
Exactly.
And unfortunately you have to turn away the parents, and really just to make sure you secure your seat, you want to RSVP to this fabulous event. I will certainly be there, and I'm looking forward, very excited about it. It sounds so fantastic.
Happy to have you.
Yeah. So tell us about your other sort of magazine that is connected to LA Parent Magazine. It's the Special Needs Edition. Give us a little bit of history about this magazine, the special needs. I don't know if you can see it that well. Maybe they can show a picture, put up a photo of it. But basically, if your child is dealing with special needs, this is a magazine you want to subscribe to and get connected, because a lot of good resources are in this magazine. Basically, it's to build communities, it's to bring resources to you parents, and to give you information on how to connect to special organizations and services that are going to be a good fit for your children. Give us a little history on why you decided that this was an important addition to your LA Parent magazine.
Sure. This is a magazine that we're really very proud of, and it's truly a work of love for our staff. This started 3 years ago because we heard so much from our readers that they need to feel, they need a sense of community. When your child has autism, or Down syndrome, or a physical disability, a lot of parents feel alone and they feel overwhelmed. It's overwhelming to become a parent anyway, but when you have additional special needs on top of it, it becomes extremely overwhelming. So we heard our readers, we heard that they need resources, they need information. So it really was based on giving our readers what they were asking for. So the magazine was born 3 years ago, and it's grown every year since. And the focus is really, we interview community activists. We have an extensive camp and special art programs and theater programs that we feature that are truly making a difference in these children's lives. And we have heard nothing but good things from this magazine, and how we distribute it at schools, in the markets, at the resource centers, at regional centers. If any school, if any family would like us to deliver directly to their school, we're happy to do it. Again, it's free. It's designed to be a resource for families to try to find, not feel so alone and not so overwhelmed. Like, where do I find an art program that specializes in kids with autism? Where do I find wheelchair basketball? we found it. We found a great wheelchair dance program. We found Ballet for All, which has this incredible dance program for kids with all abilities. There's the Miracle Project, that's a theater program produced by kids with autism. And they will, you know, melt your heart, and they will inspire you. And for families who do have children with special needs, we want them to know they're not alone, that they have resources. There are mom groups, there are dad groups, that people want to connect. And if this is a way, if we can help parents connect, we are happy to do it. We also started, this magazine comes out once a year, but we also have a monthly e-newsletter just for special needs that has a calendar of events, which is one of the things LA Parent is known for, fun things to do. But this calendar of events is just focused on special needs community and events that are geared just for the special needs. So it's a wonderful resource.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I know in my practice, oftentimes I will hand my families with special needs or different abilities this magazine, and we always look through it and sit and, you know, mark it and love the stories, how inspiring they are. There's a lot of compassion, a lot of heart that goes into this magazine, and I highly, highly recommend it. So if you are a family with the children of different abilities, or you just want to make yourself more aware and be more conscious and more compassionate about interacting or being with families who have children with special needs, I think this is a great, great addition. This is one of those Peacelearning thumbs up that I highly, highly recommend. I love it. I highly recommend it. Lots of charities and lots of ways to give back, to be involved, and to also connect families. So let's say you know of a family who is going through a challenging time and they're dealing with ADD or whatever the special need is, then this is your way to gift them and give them information and help them become more empowered in their lives. And so thank you for this wonderful service to the LA, our Los Angeles, our greater LA community, our LA Parent community. So let's get back to LA Parent Magazine. How do you select stories? How do you go about directing every month's issue?
Our focus is always, you know, we sit together with our editorial meeting, and it's one of our favorite things to do because we use a lot, everybody on our staff is a parent. So a lot of times we are going through, our assistant editor has young kids, twins as well, and I have older kids, our editor has a daughter. So we sit and we have kids in different ages, and so we're like, you know, maybe something is going on at that time, like kindergarten, and private schools and kindergarten was a big issue for our assistant editor. And as she's talking about Black Friday and when admissions come through for kindergarten, we're like, you know, this would be a good story because LA, the education competitive scene is alive and well. Yes. And we're like, maybe parents need to hear that kindergarten, yes, it's, you know, the right school is always important, but, you know, step back a little bit and get perspective that there is no such thing as one right school. Like we tell that to parents whose children are starting college. Don't get caught up on one school because there are many options. There are many ways, paths to success. So we don't want you to be all stressed and then stress your little kindergarten out because they didn't do well in the admissions interview. They're, you know, so that's like one article came out from there where we talk about what's happening in LA, what's happening in the world of preschools or middle school, like we're talking about as kids transition into middle school, how the social scene suddenly changes dramatically, especially for girls, and how the whole idea of cliques and not fitting in and having the right clothes and not having the right clothes and the in crowd, and how that social dynamic can really hurt a lot of boys and girls, but girls get very caught up. So that's one of the stories we're working on. What happens in middle school, and how can parents prepare themselves, prepare their children, be a source of strength for them, and help them navigate these transitions. So we do a lot of brainstorming. We talk a lot to our readers, to our experts like you, who are out there meeting families every day. And we're like, so what are you seeing? What's coming in your office? What are the issues? Because we should address that.
Yeah.
And when you tell us, I'm seeing a lot of cyberbullying going on, and a lot of kids in 7th grade are being affected by that, we go back and say, okay, we got to do a story on this. And we go to the experts like yourself and others in the LA community, because it's unique. Living in LA is very different than living in the Bay Area or living in Chicago. So we really try to focus on what's happening in LA. We interview the parents, we interview the experts on what can we do, and give the parents the tools so they can then navigate better when they see the same thing happening within their own families. And so that's the editorial in sense of picking stories and features. And we have a health column that we work with Children's Hospital in LA and Cedars and UCLA, all the top medical research facilities in LA. We talk directly to their doctors. What are you seeing coming through the ER? What's happening in pediatric health? And our information is coming from the best sources in Los Angeles.
Right. So it sounds like it's very multidisciplinary. You're brainstorming sort of in the press room as well as going into the field and interviewing experts and getting feedback from the parents via subscription. And I love that. That's so well woven. And I love that when that type of communication happens, and then you have it in print, and then you're able to take advantage of it. You're able to get it and enjoy it for free.
It is.
Which is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So what about, what if someone watching is interested in running an ad or sort of getting involved with your magazine? How does that work?
Absolutely. You can
announcements.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's contact us. We really try to meet with everyone. We feel like our advertisers, our sponsors are really a part of our brand because we couldn't do what we do without them. Without the sponsors, without the advertisers, we couldn't have free programming. We couldn't have free publication. But we're very focused on making the magazine accessible to everybody with no cost. So if your school wants it, we will deliver for free to your school. If you're a therapist and you want to have the magazines in your office, we will deliver for free. Doctor's office, dentist's office. So we're very committed to that. So it's really thanks to our sponsors and advertisers that we are able to do that. So please call us, contact us, and we have a whole team, marketing team, that will work with individual companies to create the best package for you. Maybe it's our website, maybe you want to sponsor an event, maybe you want to be in the magazine. So we make it very individualized, very customized, and make sure that you're happy with being a part of this brand and this family. We really consider our magazines and our products a family adventure and a family brand. So if you're also in that world, it would be a great partnership.
Yeah, I noticed it is a family of parents and experts who, it really makes sense. There's a lot of cohesion in how you select your, whether it's advertisement or experts who are speaking on a certain topic. And yeah, I love the article on enriching our kids. I know in schools that's always a hot topic. So that you go out and you find these amazing experts or people who help children and empower families. And they're always, I like the tips on classes and sort of after school programs. Like you said, birthday parties, how do we, find the right type of entertainment for a party and also be conscious in, saving money. Because I know financial literacy and intelligence is now a hot topic. Absolutely. In LA. Can you believe it?
It should be. I just interviewed someone who is about financial literacy and teaching our kids from an early on that money is earned. It's not just given to you, and importance of saving. And those are the topics like every parent should talk about.
Yes.
Money and savings and power of investing. From the time your child, is 2 or 3, they will understand the topics, and you just continue it on.
That's right. That's right. And in Los Angeles, as you know, many families suffer from affluenza.
Absolutely.
And also there are lots of families who are conscious and giving back, and I know many families like to continue the connections and bringing more equality and financial health to our city. So what a great way to start with early education, bringing it to schools and really empowering our children to be leaders for the future.
Absolutely. And volunteering, that's one of the things. We love to hear, like you asked, what we want to hear from readers out there, viewers. We would love to get an email or a phone call from parents who say, I want to tell you about this 9-year-old who's at my school, or it's my son, who devotes his weekends, raising money for the Little League he is part of, or they go to a soup kitchen every Thanksgiving, and we love to shine a spotlight on families and kids doing good in the community. We started a school news on our website that's all about what's your school doing that's making you different or special. We have a whole community news section, which is just that, about regular people doing extraordinary things. And I know people are out there quietly giving, and they do it because they want to, because it's the value, it's because it teaches such incredible things to your children. But we would love to hear from those families. We would love to shine a spotlight on them, because it inspires everybody else that says, hey, if that 9-year-old can do it, we can do it as a family. What a great thing to do on a weekend. Let's all go and give. And you walk away with such incredible lessons, and you feel so good about yourself and what you're doing as a family. So please share those stories with us.
Fantastic. And that ties into my peace learning sort of journey and trying to cultivate peace learning in everything I do within our own family as well as our community. Now, do you find yourself in your position in bringing information, empowering families, that peace learning plays an important role as an underlying sort of, desire, or are you focused on that as a director of LA Parent Magazine?
Absolutely. I think as a director, as the owner of the magazine, as a mom, I think it all comes together. As a community activist, I really feel that each one of us can play a big role. I really do believe that. And that every day we have an opportunity to do something good. And whether it's in your child's school, I think a lot of us get overwhelmed. We have work, we have our family, we have so many obligations that you're like, how can I even find the time to build a community or that sense of giving back to community? And being conscious of, what am I doing as, am I setting a good example? Am I doing what I talk about? Am I showing my child what I say? But I think if you bring it down, that if you spend a couple hours in your child's school helping put a program together or helping a teacher clean out their classroom, that to me, you've set a great example. That's if you volunteer in your church or your synagogue and you help bring food to someone who's sick, you're setting a good example. It's being aware that every action is being watched by your children. Everything you say, everything you do, the subtle things that you do. When you call a friend who's sick and say, can I do something? Can I give your kids a ride? They're watching that. So I definitely think that everything we do in the magazine has that underlying theme to it.
Yeah, I certainly get that sense, and I'm always so encouraged and inspired, and I love, really, it warms my heart when I feel people in a position of power, people who are in the media, are really taking that consciousness into their decision making, like you say, every day, every moment decision making. And we're not perfect. You know, I know I struggle through it throughout the day. There are so many times that I drop the ball and I lose that consciousness, but then I pick it right back up and I take a deep breath and I get focused on what's really important. And the connection with God for me has always been important, and you know, finding my center and interacting with my children, with the community, and anyone in my life, really. And so it's really important to bring that to the heart of the matter of everything that we do. And I'm so honored that LA Parent Magazine does that. It's showing, you know, that the light really is reflected upon all the articles, the community service, this wonderful meeting that you've organized tomorrow, to empower parents, to bring community together. And it's a reflection of you and your family and what you're doing for LA and the greater LA community.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, tell us about your journey as a mom. You mentioned you have college age kids. I find that so hard to believe.
I find it hard to believe.
Oh my goodness. So tell us about it.
Sure.
What was it like being a mom? What is it like now being a mom? And
It's amazing. It's the best. Truly, I feel very blessed to be a mom. It is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. I have two daughters. Erin, who is 20 and will start her her senior year in college.
Congratulations.
I keep saying third year, but she's senior.
Oh my goodness.
And my daughter Emily will start her freshman year in college. So my journey, it's interesting because I am now facing that empty nest, which comes September. And I don't even like that word. I have to tell you.
Yeah. Let's find another word.
Let's find another word. But there's this great website called Grown and Flown, and so that's how I like to. That's what you want for your children.
Sure.
You want them to reach this point where they are grown and they fly off to do amazing things.
Awesome.
So that's how I like to see it.
Yes. I'm gonna have to use that.
Yes. But it's been amazing. It's been the greatest joy, and it continues. You know, as a parent, we always tell younger parents that at first, you know, you're so overwhelmed by the baby stage. You don't sleep. You find 15 minutes to take a shower. Like, that's your greatest luxury when your baby's napping and you're like, okay, I'm just going to jump in the shower. And you think they're going to be babies forever and you will never sleep again. But the reality is, when you see it from my perspective, you're like, that time was so short and it was so brief. And if I knew then, I would like savor every second, because soon they're walking, then they're running, then they're in elementary school, and you're like, what happened? My kid is graduating high school. And you really have to savor those moments. And I think I did. My husband and I certainly were very involved parents. My husband was a coach for both my kids. They played soccer and softball, and every weekend was about family and our extended family. We made sure that our kids were very much a part of grandparents' lives, aunts and uncles, great aunts and uncles, this huge network of cousins that they have. And it's so beautiful to see them as adults, how attached they are to those family traditions, and how much they love their cousins and love their grandparents and their great aunts and uncles. It is truly my greatest joy when we have a family gathering and I see my kids dancing with my great uncle and my great aunt, and is to see those generations together. My heart is just filled with so much joy.
Yes, and I know also in our culture, there are really strong cultural roots to being so interdependent, and we love those types of connections, especially with the extended family. And I always like to call our family the big, Persian family, my big Persian family. And it's true. There's a lot of weekly gatherings with the great-grandparents and the grandparents. We visit them. We try to visit them at least once a week and get together, and those connections. And it warms your heart when you see that the children are internalizing those values and taking it on to the next generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love that. My kids are multicultural. My husband is American and I'm Persian. But they have such a beautiful love of both cultures. And my husband loves the Persian culture. He loves Persian food, and he loves being with all the family, and he dances a little, but not too much. That we haven't gotten him to do. But my girls love it. They're out there dancing, and they love the music, and they love the food, and they love family most of all. If you ask them, you know, memories, they will definitely, like, their tops are those family gatherings. It's those moments, those dancing with the great uncles and the great aunts and the grandparents and all the cousins. They want to share that with their friends. They want to bring their friends over so they can see the Persian family. You got to see my Persian family.
I love it.
Like, you got to experience this. They wrote about it in their college essays. They wrote about their Persian side and their Persian family, and that love is contagious, and it's beautiful, and I'm so grateful to have that and share that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for sharing that. Why don't we take a few minutes and try to recap and maybe speak a little more Farsi for our Farsi speaking audience. I know you speak Farsi and you speak good Farsi. So برای شما بینندگان گرامی که فارسی زبان هستین، از ایران با ما هستین یا از هر کجای دنیا، درباره LA Parent Magazine صحبت میکنیم. مدیر این رسانه، این مجله بسیار موفق در اینجا لس آنجلس، و ایشون خانم الینا اپستین فروتن هستن که در این مدت در رابطه با برنامه‌های جدید، برنامه‌های به خصوص فردا در بیورلی هیلز، در به اصطلاح کتابخانه بیورلی هیلز، برای شما مادران و پدران جوان و مادر بزرگا و پدر بزرگا و کسانی که دوست دارن در رابطه با early childhood development، اون سن از تولد تا 3 سالگی که بسیار دوران مهمی هستش که مطالب این 3 متخصص در رابطه با به اصطلاح متخصص اول در رابطه با مغز و عصب شناسی و متخصص دوم در رابطه با mindfulness parenting و متخصص سوم در رابطه با اینکه چگونه اون دوران اولیه در رابطه با انتخاب مدرسه و یا جفت جور به اصطلاح تعلیم و تربیت و آموزش و پرورش رو انجام بدن. در هر صورت شبی هستش که بسیار مفید خواهد بود برای شما عزیزان و رایگان هستش. میتونین به صورت ایمیل RSVP بکنین eleparent.com به وبسایت تشریف ببرین و این حتما RSVP بکنین، برای اینکه میدونم مطمئنم شلوغ خواهد شد و میخواین که سیتتون رو ریزرو بکنین. و بعد در رابطه با اینکه چه کارهای دیگه‌ای در LA Parent Magazine اتفاق میفته، Special Needs Magazine یک به اصطلاح رسانه دیگه، مجله دیگه بود که خانم فروتن تصمیم گرفتن به خاطر نیازی که در کامیونیتی، در جامعه بود برای بچه‌هایی که شاید ADD دارن، بچه‌هایی که آتیسم دارن و یا اسپشیال نید دارن، مطالب رو جمع جور بکنن و در به اصطلاح این مجله به خصوص فراهم بکنن برای شما که وقتی که این مجله رو شما به دست میارین، که این هم باز رایگان هستش، میتونین مقالاتی که در این رابطه هستش به اصطلاح بخونین. برای مثال مقاله به اصطلاح خوبی که اینجا هستش، یکی از مقاله ها در رابطه با استفاده از به اصطلاح ورزش و حیوانات و اینکه چگونه میتوان بچه ها رو از طریق به اصطلاح occupational therapy و شیوه های مختلف کمک بکنن که کانکشن و رابطهشون با دوستانشون، با خانواده بهتر بشه و غیره. Special camps for special kids، کمپ های مختلف که این ادیشن لابد سامر هستش برای سامر کمپس و بچه هایی که به اصطلاح دوست دارن بسکتبال بازی بکنن ولی روی چرخ به اصطلاح کمکی هستن و ویلچر استفاده میکنن. این از اون کلاسایی هستش که مخصوص بچه ها هستش و باله برای کلاسایی که بچه هایی که شاید special needs دارن و یا میتونن از طریق شیوه های مختلف تدریس براشون انجام بشه. بنابراین اگر که special needs دارین، بچه هایی هستن که نیاز مخصوص دارن در رابطه با هر دیولپمنتشون، میتونین از این مجله استفاده بکنین. و غیره درباره این صحبت می‌کردیم که رابطه ایشون در کامیونیتی و اینکه چگونه این مطالب رو جمع‌آوری می‌کنن که خیلی خوب توضیح دادن که یک در اتاق به اصطلاح فرمان یا اتاق به اصطلاح رسانه‌ای همه دور هم جمع میشن و برینستورم میکنن با مدیران مختلف این روزنامه و ایشون مدیریت میکنن، سرپرستی میکنن این گروه رو و مطالب مختلف پیدا میکنن در رابطه با نیازهایی که مردم در جامعه در لس آنجلس دارن در رابطه با این به اصطلاح کامیونیتی، جامعه. خب در لس آنجلس همینطور که ایشون اشاره کردن یه سری مسائل هستش که مخصوص LA هستش به قول معروف. در شاید سان فرانسیسکو یا واشنگتن دی سی یا میامی نبینین این مسائل رو. برای همین ایشون خیلی با ظرافت و دقت بسیار این مطالب رو، نکته ها رو جمع آوری میکنن، با متخصصین مطرح میکنن، مشورت میکنن و با مصاحبه های مختلفی که دارن تصمیم میگیرن که چجوری اون وقت جور بکنن این مطالب رو که بتونن زیر پرینت بره و چاپ بشه و بعد برسه به دست شما که به صورت رایگان شما برین از به اصطلاح مدرسه‌تون، از فروشگاهتون، از میدونین که در فروشگاه ایرانیا پخش میشه یا نه؟
میدونید فکر نکنم پخش بشه ولی دلم میخواد که شروع کنم اونجا رو.
آره خیلی مهمه، چون من میدونم خیلی از خانواده‌هایی که من باشون کار میکنم خیلی زیاد استفاده میکنن و همیشه هم میپرسن. من میدونم در آفیسم من همیشه سعی میکنم که یه مقدار بذارم اونجا و میگم با خیلی از کلاینت هام و خانواده هام یه سری آرتیکل ها و مطالب رو و ریسورس ها رو با هم دیگه تبادل نظر میکنیم و استفاده میکنیم همیشه. ولی چه خوب که فروشگاه‌های ایرانی حتما استفاده بکنن و میدونم که خیلی میتونه مفید و سازنده باشه برای کامیونیتی پرنتس ها، مادر والدین در لس آنجلس و غیر از لس آنجلس. همونطور که گفتم میتونید از طریق اینترنت کانکت بکنین و این مطالب رو به اصطلاح دریافت بکنین. ElenaForoutanEpstain.com حتما تشریف ببرین. دوست دارم بدونم که در زندگی شما کیش حامی و ساپورت شما هستش وقتی که فکر میکنین به اینکه کیا هستن که میدونم it takes a village, you know, it truly does, it takes a village to be successful. برای یک کسی مثل شما که انقدر موفق هستین و انقدر به اصطلاح پیشرفت کردین در جامعه اینجا لس آنجلس و جامعه ژورنالیستای خیلی به اصطلاح شناخته شده، موفقیت شما برای به چه مناسبت و از سپورت و حمایت کی بوده؟
خیلی ببخشید اگه من فارسیم به خوبی شما نیست. من اول مادر پدرم، برادرام همیشه سپورت من بودن از بچگی، انکورج میکردن که هر کاری که واقعا دوست داری بکن، میدونیم که موفق بشی. حتما که خانواده خیلی مهم در زندگی من بوده. شوهرم که به همیشه میگم he's my best friend همیشه واقعا مثل راک منه، زندگی منه. با هم دیگه هر کاری که کردیم با هم دیگه، این مجلم واقعا با هم دیگه داریم همه کارو هر روز با هم درست همه everything we do is really mutual and we respect each other and we really support each other. دخترام بدون دخترام واقعا نور زندگی منن. هر کاری که من میکنم واقعا واسه اوناست، واسه اونا زندگی منن. بدون اونا دیگه they really are نور زندگی منن. با دوستا، فامیل، کازنا، خیلی من خودمو خوشبخت میدونم چون یه فامیل خیلی دوستانی دارم که همیشه با هم دیگه همه رو ساپورت میکنیم، هستیم واسه یه چیزی وقتی که میدونی که توی فامیل هستی که they love you, they're there for you, they're excited for you, it makes everything doable. And so I'm very grateful for that.
Wonderful, fantastic. So having a warm-hearted community, family, your husband, your daughters, and I know that your light will be shining through your two girls, and it has already in many ways, but this is the essence of peace learning is when you are a parent who really gets peace learning and you practice it and you are really committed to it and you're mindful of it and you're aware of it and conscious of it, then you pass it on to the next generation. And I'm sure that your daughters will be the next future moms and that generation who will bring more light into the world, and that's the bottom line.
Thank you.
So thank you for your presence, your dedication to our community. LA Parent Magazine, one of my favorite.
Thank
So
you.
go to tomorrow's talk. It's a kickoff. And I can't wait for this series. I know it's going to be super exciting for many of you. I know many of you moms, new moms, who sometimes struggle with finding a babysitter. This is the perfect opportunity to bring on the grandparents. مادر بزرگ پدر بزرگا رو بیارین، بچه‌ها رو بذارین اونجا، هم اونا استفاده میکنن و بهشون خوش میگذره، هم شما میتونین برین یه دیت نایت باشه به قول معروف. Right? It's your date night. Go Beverly Hills, have fun, get dinner, and free lecture. Wow. It's awesome.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank
Elena.
you. I hope to see a lot of you tomorrow night.
All right. See you there. Don't be late. Bye.
Bye.